Pwede ka naman magdala ng tatlo pa. Yan ang sinasabi niya, sa apat sila. So, isa doon, si ES. Earlier that day, by the way, they all came from Hong Kong, so they had their passport. Okay? They had their passport. So, earlier that, after lunch, kasi dinala siya, gabi na, di ba? Nung hapon, I had occasion to sit beside him. And alam na namin, umaga pa lang, alam na namin yung plano na hindi siya makakalabas ng Villamor except to get him into the plane and fly him out of the country. Yan talaga ang klaro. So, nung after lunch, humupa. Actually, magkakatensyonado lang yung Kalayaan Hall pagpapasok si General Torre. Pero pag wala siya, humupa ng konti. So, sabi ko sa kanya, bye, hindi ako makakasama sa iyo. Sabi niya, bakit? Bisaya, no? Pero itatagulogin ko lang. Bakit? Wala akong passport. Pero, hahabol ako kung matuloy ito. Si ES, he was asked and he joined the group. And I like to commend, and this I'd like to say publicly, I like to commend ES Pingbong Wiltendea for the love, support, and loyalty to the NRD. Alam nyo ba na hindi ko na lang sasabihin ano nangyari kay PRD, pag baka magalit kayo lalo. Sasabihin ko na ano nangyari kay ES. Alam nyo ba na nung binaba na sa PRD, sinabihan niya yung mga taga-ICC, yung mga medical personnel, you bring him to the hospital. Sinabihan niya. Kasi, for those sa inyo na hindi nakakaalam, hindi yan napapagod dyan on long travels. Galing lang sila sa Hong Kong. Ngayon, you have a very long travel to The Hague. Anyway, so, something happened to I don't want to discuss. So, yun na talaga ang strict instruction ni ES. Bring him to the hospital. Siya naman, there was already an onset. No? Dumaan na siya dun sa meron na siyang heart condition. He was brought to the hospital on a wheelchair. And, sensya namin mo. He was told that he has to be admitted. But he said na, I don't want to be admitted. Alam mo kung bakit? Kasi pag i-admit siya sa hospital, hindi niya makikita si PRR. That was Wednesday that I arrived. The initial hearing was Friday, Wednesday evening, and more. But the doctor said, you will die. You know what the short reply of ES, Bingo, said? Everyone dies. He was treated, but eventually he was discharged. I mean, he was not confined, but the following day, Thursday, they were looking for Mayor Rudy, for Tatay Digong. They went to the detention facility. There is no Mr. Duterte here. Pupunta sa hospital kasi they could not find him. So, in short, naganap. Nalaman na lang nila, he was brought, I think, on the second night. If my memory, if what was said to me was correct. No? Anyway, Friday morning, kasi 1:30 yung hearing. Yan, 1:30 Friday ang hearing. Morning, he had occasion and he really asked for time with his client. Asked for his client. So, he was there for an hour inside. Nagalit pa siya kasi dumating yung doktor, kinuha yung 20 minutes of his time. Kasi, sine-check up pa siya na. So sabi niya, nung umalis yung doktor, sinabihan niya yung detention facility, don't take 20 minutes, take away the 20 minutes that he took from me. So, nag-usap sila, blah, blah, blah. So, yun po ang nangyari. And then, that afternoon, talagang pagod na pagod siya. Pagod na pagod si ES Bimbo. And, nung pumasok siya, ang gara ng ano niya, no? Ng suot niya. Alam mo, naka-sneaker at saka jogging pants lang yan sa loob. No, sinabi niya sa akin. Naka-sneaker at saka jogging pants. Sabi niya, I can appear before this way. But the registry, yung tinatawag na registry sa kanila, the office of the clerk of court, no, you have to don the official attire of the court out of respect to the court. So that's why you see him that way. Pero talagang all the preparations and all the things that I did until the hearing was something very remarkable for ES Bimbo to do what he did to you. So I thank you, ES Bimbo, for the service that you have done, not only to the country, but personally to PRRD. Thank you very much. Pag wala pa yan, kwento ko lang. I actually went to The Hague as I have promised.
Umiyak nga kayo dun eh. Napaiyak kayo nung nagsalita kayo.
And then I will give context to that.
Okay.
But I already applied that for a visit. But unfortunately, I was not able to get that permission from the ICC. You have to apply online. Oh, meron, haba-haba. Ilang pages you have to fill up. Anyway, I was denied. But I told everyone there who were able to visit to tell them na to tell PRRD that I was there. Anyway, when I arrived there was a group of Filipino who asked me to share the next day. At hindi ko alam, iba pala yung mga Pinoy. Medyo ano lang tayo, light moments. Iba pala yung mga Pinoy, lalo na yung sa Hague. Pag tingnan nyo yung Facebook, ang daming vlogger pagdating sa Hague. At hindi ko alam na nung pagpunta ko doon the next day, there's a group of Filipino, mga OFW karamihan. Yung pala mga instant vlogger kasi lahat sila nakatingin sa akin, pero lahat sila merong naka-video na pala. So yun ang hindi ko alam. Pero anyway, when you are there, you will really be proud of being Filipino. Really, I tell you. And then if you have a chance to go there, you will make yourself proud. Magugulat ka lang. And then yung spirit of bayanihan, which is uniquely Filipino, nandun. Ano yung makikita mo? Wala akong bayad. Kung may idadala doon na pagkain, it's for everybody. Yung sound system, I was surprised. Kaninong sound system ito? Sa kanya po, bit-bit galing sa bahay. Sino magdadala pa uwi? Ililigpit ko lang yan, uwi ko sa bahay. So, I mean, everyone pitched in just to make things happen. And then at that time, Sabado, mababa yung weather. Pag Sabado kasi marami mga Pinoy. And then nagulat ako, may ice cream truck sa gilid. Owned by a Filipina who is married to a Dutch. Yung ice cream niya, lahat doon sa loob, libre sa lahat ng nandoon. All day long, they would stay. Hanggang maubos yung ice cream. At hindi po nagpapabayad. I was so embarrassed and I'd like to share a little bit, sana, para lang maibsan yung gasto. Para, alam ko naman, babalik na naman sila doon eh. At maglilibre ng ice cream. Ayaw tumanggap ng donasyon. Kung ano yung gusto mong i-donate mo. Pero huwag ka lang magbigay ng pera. Ganun po yung spirit of voluntarism o bayanihan ng mga Pinoy doon sa Hague. And because at that point in my sharing, I mentioned that malapit po sa puso yung mga OFW, sa puso ni Mayor Rudy. Nakakagulat yung mga kasama ko na galing ako sa downtown at nakasabay ko papunta doon. Nagulat ako, may dalawa galing Switzerland. They have to take the plane going there. At tinanong ko, kailan kayo babalik? Pagkatapos po, nung gabi na yan, babalik na, ha? And people there all the way come from London, Italy, Spain. Sabi ko, mapakamot ka talaga rin talaga. They really go out of their way to, it's really about showing your love and support for the man that they believe have helped them a lot while they were working abroad and keeping their families in the Philippines safe and comfortable. Yun po ang paniwala ng mga OFW. At marami pong salamat sa suporta ninyo as regards that.
If I may add also, Attorney Delbra, I think isa rin nagpapataba ng puso sa ating OFWs. Tuwing bumibisita sa kanila si PRRD, hindi po pwedeng hindi sila patatawanin. Yung minutong yon na mapatawa mo, yung ilang taon ng halos kuba na sa katatrabaho, para lang maipaabot mo ang isang ngiti, hindi yan makakalimutan ng isang OFW. Yun ang hindi maintindihan ng mga tiga Maynila. Sabihin ko na yung mga tiga Maynila at yung mga DDH. No? Masyadong vini-verify, bakit mahal na mahal sila ng mga OFWs? Si PRRD ba bang nagbigay ng trabaho sa kanila? Maaari. Pero sa karamihan sa kanila na matagal na nagtatrabaho, tama yung sinabi ni Attorney Delgra, ibinigay ni PRRD yung katahimikan sa kanilang isipan doon sa mga naiwan nilang mga mahal sa buhay dito sa Pilipinas na hindi matatakot dahil may mga drug addict, na may krimen na nangyayari. Pangalawa, yun nga po, yung mga nakikita nating tawanan, yung mga yung pagsabi na, nasaan dito yung mga magaganda? Di ba? Parati niyang hinahanap, sino yung mga magaganda dun sa crowd? Sabi niya, sama ka na sa akin sa Davao. Yung mga ganong ngiti, yung siguro yung ibang mga babae, offend. Pero dun sa mga nandoon, yung panandaliang kasiyahan, nakatatak yan sa puso nila. Kasi wala namang ibang nagpapatawad sa kanila na tiga-gobyerno, tama? Siya lang namumukod tangi. Kaya maraming salamat po sa ating mga OFWs na hindi talaga rin nagsasawa na magsuporta sa ating Tatay Digong at sa inyong patuloy na pagpapakita ng pagmamahal sa kanya. Walang sawang pagpapatuloy na pagpapakita ng pagmamahal. And sa mga relo ninyo, ilang minuto na lang po ba? 5:34 na po, ano? Oo. Sa akin din po, eksaktong 5:31.
Ni Tatay Digong, yung patuloy na suporta. Whatever happens today, patuloy na suporta para sa kanya. So please continue to pray for him. Any support would certainly be very, very meaningful. Hindi lang po crucial, meaningful sa kanya. So thank you very much for standing this long. It's been, obviously it's not just 8 months. You have supported him since way back. Not only 2016, but even way back. Yun po ang malakas na suporta na pinapakita ninyo sa kanya. So thank you very much po. And at least I will know the news on the way, on the road. So hopefully it's going to be one good news. Thank you.
We love you, Attorney Martin.